My name is Anita Roberts, and I am a financial advisor here at AdviceOne. My husband and I, every month, we go to the beach. This is a running tradition, probably close to 10 years. We have not missed a single month, and that's hard to do in New England winters. But I will, every single month, step foot on the beach in the sand. So my first memory of money is as a child. I have a younger brother. He's 3.5 years younger than I am. And growing up, we had chores that we had to do each week. We would get a very nominal allowance. I think it was maybe 25 cents or 50 cents. It was tied to the successful completion of your chores. So I remember often bartering with my brother. Our chores would be listed on the refrigerator each week because my parents rotated amongst who was responsible for what. And so I would negotiate with my brother and try to convince him of the better chores so that I could earn the allowance. And just, it was always fun to capture and, manage making my allowance and delegating maybe the lesser chores, but trying to convince my brother that they were the better ones. Yeah, I had a really interesting journey as to how I became a financial advisor. So I actually started working for AdviceOne, at this point it was 16 years ago. And so for the first 13 years of my career, I was not a financial advisor. So I worked in almost every department within our firm, primarily in hiring and compliance, worked a lot as a client liaison. Whatever aspect I was involved in, though, I had a degree of involvement with clients. And the common underlying issue or the common underlying enjoyment was my client interactions. And so about 3 years ago, Michael had approached me and said, "Why don't you think about being an advisor?" The more I thought about it, I said, I could absolutely do that. And started, certainly, got all my licenses and became an advisor and just absolutely love the growth and the continuing of the client relationship. I mean, I work with clients all day and it just gives me such joy. I think it's really helping clients to understand that they can retire or that maybe they can live a more robust retirement than they ever imagined for themselves. I recently had a client, she was in a very high stress position. She needed to step away from it just because it was literally going to kill her. And so she quit and resigned from that position. And in her mindset, she just thought she was going to have to get another job. And I was able to show her that because she's done such a good job saving, that no, you're actually financially retired. You don't need to go back to work. You've done a wonderful job. And to see the visible relief and the calm that washed over her, which was then followed by tears by both her and myself, it was just transformational. And to just be able to be part of that, and that's what I think I love the most, is to be able to actually be on this journey. I think the ones that really allow me to be a partner are the clients that, give me the most joy. That they really do want me to have an impact in their lives, that they recognize I can help them. When I first started, it was September 17th, 2007. My very first day, I was at a client event, and one of our advisors, she had been with the firm at that point for maybe about 10 years. She pulled me aside. We were on a riverboat cruise, and she pulled me aside on the back of the boat, and she said, "Welcome to AdviceOne. I'm so happy to have you here. I just want to let you know you've now been ruined." And I looked at her kind of funny and said, "What do you mean I've been ruined?" She said, "Your standards will be so high now that you work at AdviceOne, you'll never be able to work at another company." And she is 100% accurate. I quickly realized that, and I regularly remind her of that conversation we had. And she's right. I could never work somewhere else because my expectations would be let down because we are such a unique group of individuals.